All right, good afternoon everyone, and if Tero, if you were standing in the road of lunch, I'm really standing in the road of lunch, so I'm going to keep it nice and punchy, but we do have some key messages we want to get across today, and thanks everyone for being here. But firstly, I'd like to start by acknowledging the traditional owners on the lands of which we meet today, the Turrbal and the Yagara people. But I'd also like to acknowledge and thank the PNG landowners and the First Nations people who support us and work with us everywhere we operate. Thank you, Andrew, for your introduction, and may I also acknowledge the Honourable Richard Maru MP, Minister for International Trade and Investment, representing the Honourable James Marape, the Prime Minister of Papua New Guinea, the Honourable William Duma MP, Minister for State Enterprises, His Excellency John Maukali, Papua New Guinea's High Commissioner to Australia, Elizabeth Genia, Acting Governor, BPNG, Tereshandro for not just giving the previous presentation but sponsoring this session, the Chairperson and Managing Director at ExxonMobil PNG Limited, and everyone that's here today who has attended this important conference focused on PNG's future. And can I say it's a pleasure to be here today in Brisbane to address this conference again. I was here last year. As you can see from the video that we just showed that was playing, Santos has been and is embedded within the social and economic fabric of PNG. Santos as a company for the past 70 years has been working in partnership with local communities, providing local jobs and business opportunities safely and sustainably, developing its natural gas resources and powering industries and households. Santos is one of the biggest providers of domestic gas in Australia, a leading Asia-Pacific LNG supplier, and is committed to supplying the critical fuels such as oil and gas in a more sustainable way through decarbonising projects like Moomba CCS, carbon capture and storage, and Bayu-Undan carbon capture and storage. And that's only the start. We've been a long-term investor in PNG. Our company has grown alongside PNG, and we remain committed to the nation's long-term development and success. As a company, we've been in PNG since the 80s with interests in PNG LNG, Papua LNG, producing oil fields and development projects, along with Papua LNG and Pyongyang. So all of the things that Tara showed there, we are partners in all of that. Obviously, we operate a footprint up at Hides as well. We have a large workforce. We currently have 695 PNG employees, 88% of those being PNG citizens. Along with this, almost 80% of our leadership roles are held by PNG citizens. Our graduate program has seen 6 new engineering graduates begin their career with us in this year alone, and we've also added 56 apprentices. We hire local, we train local, and we give back locally. In addition, we're rotating our PNG team through our Australian operations, and right now we have 10 people seconded into our Australian operations from PNG, accelerating their development and equipping them with the leadership exposure to take them to the top. It's part of ensuring the local community sees the benefits from their operations in their country, and part of that is ensuring access to quality, well-remunerated positions. If you turn to the screen now, you can hear from one of our PNG team, Gima, who's a field telecom technician based at the Ridge. Maybe not.
Hi, my name is Gima. I work as a field telecoms technician and I'm based here at Ridge. I've been working at Santos for a little over 12 months now, and it's been really good. We do maintenance and we attend to faults in all the assets. The best part of my job is knowing that I can add value to what I'm doing. Since Santos came in, it's given us the opportunity to see what basically the world is doing and what Santos does in Australia. We're getting exposure to technology that we haven't used before, and I guess that is also, that can be seen across all the other departments as well. Santos represents right now is change and progress, and that's exciting for me to work for an Australian company, and obviously we work in PNG and work among the locals and all the Papua New Guineans who work here, and all the global professionals that work at Santos as well over here, and that's a really great thing, something to look forward to.
And look, our ties go further. With our current footprint and future investment plans, we have an ongoing focus in PNG as a core area of Santos' future. And we're at the first stages of establishing an engineering and maintenance support centre in Port Moresby, which will support the broader Santos organisation. And this is a symbol of the talent and capability we see in PNG. So these people will be set up, they won't just be working on operations in PNG, they'll be doing engineering work, they'll be doing troubleshooting and solving problems for all of our operations, whether it be in Australia, Alaska, Timor-Leste or PNG. So building that capability, putting more jobs in than that are directly attributed to our PNG operations. I'm really excited to see that. We're also continuing to grow our continuing to grow our relationships and build new links to the landowner companies, the landcos, which are a key part of our strategy to align with all of our operations and the economic growth of PNG. And year to date, we've delivered $21 million of contract awards to landcos in our project areas. Our decision to merge with Oil Search has been a resounding success for Santos and speaks for the benefits that come from investing in PNG. The merger has created greater alignment in Papua New Guinea to support the development of key projects, including Papua LNG, deliver new jobs and help support the local economy. As I said last year, when Santos merged with Oil Search in 2021, we made a commitment to the workforce, and we've upheld those commitments to value our long-term relationship. The merger has not resulted in any local job losses, and we continue to ensure that the PNG workforce reaps the benefits of our global experience. We've made strong progress in local abatement and CCS opportunities, and we'll continue to grow the important work of the foundation. I'll talk about that shortly. On a personal note, what strikes me immediately when I go to PNG is the optimism of the people. At Santos, we have embraced this. The energy driven by the optimism provided by the PNG people is spreading across our business, and the benefits are easy to see. Since merging with Oil Search, there have been many benefits. We've commenced a 4-well drilling program in our operated area, and we're evaluating further opportunities. So our committed spend on these infill wells just is around about $220 million. As part of the PNG LNG project, we're looking to tie in our facilities to provide more gas to PNG LNG in the order of, as a multi-billion-dollar project that will come along in the next few years, as well as the ones that have been talked about by Terra. Our long-term priority is to supply sustainable, low-cost LNG to the Asia-Pacific region. And to realise the opportunities for either backfill or growth, we need things coming from an exploration strategy. And a strong presence in Papua New Guinea is critical for fulfilling that priority. We also have a commitment to replacing some of our ageing equipment that we currently have. That being the floating, and one of the options we have is a floating offtake and storage solution to replace the ageing Kumul Marine Terminal, which has been there since the late 90s to export the Highlands liquids. This would be the first FSO in the country. Following on from Terra, we're pleased about the seismic activity that's occurred via the joint venture, and we're very supportive of the prospects, Hydes, Footwall and Wildebeest, and excited about the future of those. We're also rebuilding a small refinery in the field that was destroyed in the earthquake. This provides mainly products for our own facilities, but also we are looking at providing landcos and contractors as well. On decarbonisation, we have a responsibility and we have a commitment to decarbonise. And as our CEO, Kevin Gallagher, has said before, we don't see decarbonisation as a threat, we see it as an opportunity. An opportunity to establish new, large-scale industries producing carbon offsets that will be heavy in demand from emitting countries that lack competitive advantages in carbon storage. Defossilisation, wholesale abandoning of LNG and other stores of energy in a reckless manner does nothing to serve anyone except lock communities and nations into intergenerational poverty. Gas is key to the energy transition because it makes renewables possible. It provides feedstock for fertilisers, chemicals, and it fires the high temperature furnaces required for bricks and cement. We are concerned about the pace of the transition, but a move to eliminate gas without a solution has a huge human cost. The world could not feed itself today or any time soon without fertilisers made from gas. Without ammonia-based fertiliser made from natural gas, we could only feed about 4 billion people in the world today. That's around half the people of the world. Even without the energy component, the petrochemical requirements for our basic needs in plastics and medicines, etc., cannot currently be replaced. Our 3-hub CCS strategy includes Bayu-Undan, Reindeer and Moomba CCS in Australia, which will begin storing CO2 in natural reservoirs from next year. We are also starting the trial of a direct air capture in Moomba that will allow us, as Alan was alluding to at the start, suck CO2 out of the air and store it, or use it for creating synthetic methane in conjunction with renewable energy. We are in a very strong position to be a leader of abated energy for our region over the course of this decade and beyond. And as a core region for Santos, our Papua New Guinean business will be key in this strategy, and we're keen to maintain our investment focus there. In addition, we remain committed to our reforestation efforts. As Alan referred to earlier, we need this as well as other technologies to successfully navigate the transition. The premise is simple. We work to establish and grow trees that take carbon from the atmosphere, we enhance biodiversity by creating habitat, and we deliver social development and economic benefit to communities. On our foundation, the resources and energy companies can only operate with a strong social licence, giving back to communities they operate in, and that's as true in PNG as it is in Australia. To that end, we've been thrilled to continue and build on the great work of the Oil Search Foundation through the imminent launch of the Santos Foundation. As you can see behind me, the variety of programs and initiatives the Foundation has achieved has been remarkable through to 2022, and a credit to the people involved on the ground and in the communities they work with. One of the highlights in June, when more than 2,000 people gathered at the Kawama Foursquare Church ground to celebrate the opening of a brand new literacy library funded by the Santos Foundation. And going forward with the Foundation programs, we have strong focuses on health, youth opportunities, family and sexual violence, and community development. And as I said before, it's been incredibly rewarding to work with the Foundation, but it hasn't all been one way. The insight we've gained with working with the Oil Search Foundation has made its way back to Australia, and we've now expanded that to a Santos Foundation, which will work across all operational areas that we work in. What we've seen from the Foundation in PNG has changed how we will deliver to communities in Australia and around the world. What we're learning in PNG is making waves right across the company. For more than half of the existence of Santos as a company, we've been proud to invest, hire and produce from Papua New Guinea. Santos remains committed to PNG, and the collaboration we've undertaken over many decades is something we want to continue into the future. And so to all the attendees here today, considering whether or not to invest or not, or expand in PNG, I can say with confidence, look at what we've done at Santos. Not just with joint venture partners, but with the people and the government of PNG. As far as I'm concerned, there's never been a better time to invest in PNG.